Hello everyone, welcome to the joy that is Napoleonic Wars. On Mountain Bagpipery! We're here, Bagpipery. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, where are we? Well, for a little bit of added nostalgia, we've come back to see some old friends. That's right, we're with the 77Y right now. Bagpipe leader Ziggy. We approve of said Bagpipery. There's the High Lord, Corporal of the 77Y, following behind him Mussolini and other members. There's Fluffy, other members of the artillery section. There's Grenadier Slavic in there as well. So it is the 77Y on the ostrich side. Yes, those dirty ostriches. But it looks like we've actually got 77Y both on the ostrich side and on the side of the United Kingdom. So in there on the ostriches we have the first EB, the Priabraz, and let's see who else in there. Any more fellows? And on the opposing side, we have, by the looks of it, the KP, and they've got several detachments here. The 162nd SS, and oh, the 18E are in here as well. Fantastic stuff. So we're looking forward to a good battle with 77Y on both sides as well. So here we are. Here are the first from the KP, along with some lovely scripting. I guess that's Russian. I'm assuming so. And here is Mr. Green of the KP, or the first, I should say. And you can see him leading the boys forward. And it looks like poor old Waltzo's been killed already from Priabraz. So let's see if we can find out what's going on now. We move up past these guys and move up to this line who's taking a little bit of fire. And it looks like these are lights, maybe, based on the fact that they've got a rather spread out formation. But we'll have to wait and see, as other members of Priabraz suffer casualties from the odd headshot here and there. So we'll move over, find out. This could be them. It is Priabraz. Look at these fine fellows. There's Vladus. Fine fifage from Vladus for Priabraz. And there is Nedraval commanding the Priabraz. Next to them is this other regiment here from the 4th IB. There's Lieutenant Colonel Jake at the back. And leading them, dressed as an officer, it is Colonel Thoridor. And now look at this. Oh, of course, it is the Artillery Fort Derp. Fortune 0 in the Artillery Fort Derp that we've come to associate with the 77Y. And look at that. Unknown and a team kill as well. Yeah, that's totally 77Y without a doubt. That's keeping up their tradition of a team kill and a lovely canister shot. Look at that. They did huge amounts of damage to those guys. Just took the time, waited, and unfortunately Fortune 0 has been murdered horribly. Here's White Knight from the 77Y taking pot shots at the Scotsman. And you've got Mickey RDS from Priabraz trying to take out Kantar. Now Kantar from the 167. Let's see. Is he going to... Yeah, he is going to fight. You've also got an officer from the artillery. There's Unknown, who got the kill earlier. And now other members of the 4th IB are moving in. A little bit of mercenary work. As you can see, this poor Scotsman defending himself. Kantar getting a slice round the back and finally a stab in the gizzards from Whoop Whoop. Whoop Whoop. And now we move over to the artillery section. They're continuing their deadly work as Fluffy gets murdered in the field. Poor Fluffy. And Ziggy also, Bagpipery has not been allowed. He's been cut down. Let's see if we can find out. I'm saying that they're actually coming under attack from the horses based on the amount of sabres you can see in there and the people that they're losing. Yeah. Now you can see here the cavalry's moving to intercept. Here's the first EB as Trooper October gets taken out very quickly indeed. And who are these fine fellows? It's the first EB, Barely Human. Colonel Barely Human has come in and done mass murdering onto the enemy artillery. And a few nice slices coming in there from the enemy until finally Barely Human is taken down. But a significant damage has been done here to the artillery section. And here you can see Nollmeister sliced across the front of the face as Mussolini, pro-invitational, takes down one of the enemy. Elmo from the KP, the KGB in there as well. And down goes another man's horse. There's Odin's Bushy Beard. What a fine name. And here is Mags from the 3rd. Saber out, looking to try and defend himself from any nastiness as cannonballs coming in from unknown, taking down Pluto. The price is high and Bull Tetty. Lovely stuff. Good to see that the reputation for cannon mass murder is still with the 77Y. Lovely slice from Casimir there across his enemy. Going for that guy. And look at that. And barges him to the floor. Fantastic stuff as last Spartan gets taken down. As you can see, we're watching Casimir as he's looking for more enemy. More quarry to slice and dice. Making his way past the cannon position. So. Circling round. Looking for that last soul who remains out of position. And now you can see when they're reduced to a certain level of players, they have to dismount and become line. And that's just the agreement that's had as part of the rules of every Napoleonic Wars event. There are agreements for cavalry. Oh, look. Hello, Mr. Random Horse, who seems to be taking away the cannon back end with him. And look, of course, the back end of a horse. So, Mussolini continuing to defend his position. Oh, that was so very close. Hit and blast. Best artillery captain ever. Look at this with a fine name as well. And now you can see the members of the 3rd from the KP. They're now working as a line. Slavic Grenadier from the 77Y working as artillery guard. So, let's have a look then. Now. Aha! Well, precisely. And here is Jumper. We follow Jumper. And there is Customers. Can fire on loading, but not fire in the charge. Down goes Spartacus, murdered behind him, and the boys are going to have to run. Only so many boys can hide behind a single tree. And some reiteration of the rules by High Lord. And, of course, inevitable sarcasm. From the ranks of the 77Y. Big shocker there. And here is the members of the 2K. Or 2nd, I should say. Grammaticus from Preobraz now moving in. Look at this. They're doing a fantastic job. Cutting down the remaining Englishmen. Jumper having to run for it. That looks like a Finnish name, if I remember rightly. But then British reinforcements come flying in. And a team kill is forced as the officer goes down. Carsimes is no longer a problem for the enemy. So, this is an opportunity for the members of the Austrian army to pause, regroup, and go for the enemy. Now, there's 12. There is 12 remaining Brits. So, what will happen now, we ask ourselves? Will there be an all charge? Will there be a random tree in the way? These are all lights. You can see these fine fellows. They're very Australian-looking hats. No, there's no Australians here, mate. And here's Mickey from Preobraz. Let's see who else we got. Falcon, Gubert, Vladuz. There's Aval, Lord V. And at the back we have, of course, Grammaticus. So those are the remaining members of the Preobraz regiment. And they're all going to charge at 50. There we go, it's 50, and they're all charging. So, we wait. Still the cannon shots are fired. Naughty, naughty. And here come the members of the artillery section. And here is Whoop Whoop, along with Draron Fury and Lieutenant Colonel Jake of the 4th IB. No doubt the 4th Infantry Brigade. I still hear cannons. And hear cannonballs whistling past. Something's afoot. As down goes Mella, killed by Midgarder. Let's see if we can find these guys as here they come. The marksman of the 77Y. Spooky. with bayonet and a fine stab going in from Mr. Soda. Uh-oh. One of the few remaining men. Midgarder now, you can see. Looking for the enemy. Hiding behind a horse's butt is Boobacell from the 1st EB. And, of course, High Lord with the excellent admin spelling that we've come to associate with North and South and Mount and Blade and Napoleonic Wars in general. So, there you can see members of the 77Y being murdered by Priabraz. Here is the 4th IB, and the final members are taken down with a couple of lovely team kills. And we end it with a murder of Midgarder. A lovely end to the battle. And that is the first round over. We move on to round number 2. Well, hello. Here we are with round number 2. The round after round number 1. I know, but this is the internet. Math is hard. And, you know, I don't expect everybody out there who's watching to understand that 2 comes after 1. I mean, it is kind of the basic of mathematics, but, you know, these are details that we gloss over. I mean, to be honest, they don't really care about that. They're too busy building Fort Derp or whatever it is they do in the artillery section. Speaking of the artillery section, nice segue, Chad, I'm sure you're thinking, as here is Egmont of the 77Y Cannoneer. There is Captain Thomas. There's a name we haven't seen for a while. Basically about to get shoved up a horse's bum. Best thing for him, no doubt. As, you know, what can you say? Every man's got to have a hobby. Oh, it's Lance Mack. Oh, no way. Oh, wow. I haven't seen that name for so long. Oh, fantastic. And unknowns in there as well. Now, who else is also... There's Midgarder. And the quick one. It's another name we recognise. And White Knight. So, the cannon position of the members of the 77Y. Oh, down goes one person already. Oh, my goodness. And now, you can see, oh, engineering work being done by Midgarder. Aggressive engineering by Midgarder. We watch him as he works the hard work with the spade, digging up the earth and... Oh, come on. Thank you. There we go. The aggressive building. We heartily approve. Let's look at this. Come on. Oh, hang on. I have to say, Midgarder, that's not a very good job. I'm not just not happy with the service that you're providing right now to the engineering. You're not going to... That's it. I've seen bigger lumps in porridge. God damn it, man. Anyway, we move on. As members of the 77Y are being murdered out there in the field. There we go. The Fort Derp is being built. Of course, Fortune Zero doing his work. As Fusilier Bulletet gets taken down. And here is Priabraz and the boys. Look at this. There's Squeak from the 4th IB. And the odd kick in the boot. And Colutheridor trying to deal with the problems in the ranks. Ah, here come more lights. Well, there goes one light. And it's the members of the Priabraz. Avalradies. Elmo being taken down in the field. Now, who's this fellow with a rifle? There, of course, the captain of the skirmishers. Captain Gamer. There's a name we haven't seen for a while. And in keeping with the tradition of all the commanding officers of the skirmishers, he probably won't make it through the round alive. Very close to actually being proven true within seconds. That would have been kind of cool. But anyway, aside from that, we shall move over and have a look to see what this gentleman's up to. Patriot from the KP. And here, look at these fine, lovely fellows from the 3rd detachment of the KP. And in there charging. And now they're going to have problems because you've also got cavalry coming in. Trooper October from the 1st EB. That all-important first slice. Got to get in there, do a little bit of damage. Maybe take the horse down. See what kind of damage they can do. As the quick one gets murdered in the field. And Lieutenant Fury also from the 1st EB gets finished off. And down goes Mr. Soda. So we move over to Midgarder. Busy digging. And there, Vlados, recruit. Actually playing my favourite fife tune in Napoleonic Wars. I love this tune. When you hear it played by an orchestra, it's not that great. I actually prefer it being played by a fife. What can I say? Love it. It's just a great tune. I hate to ruin it by talking a bit. Anyway, so we'll move on and we'll watch Medis. You can see here Priobraz leading that line of the boys. Now behind him, or nearby him, we have a drummer. There's Hermesis and Falcon holding onto the flag, being supported, and the shaker at the back. Now, let's see if we can find out what's going on. So, and Landsmack, in keeping with tradition, died already. I do remember Lands. And unfortunately, he had this wonderful face in Napoleonic Wars, but he had to recreate a character, I think, as a result of a reinstallation. And sadly, that wonderful, wonderful face that Landsmack used to have, a nose that, you know, it was a battle nozzle in itself. I mean, you know, you literally saw him coming from miles away. You just looked for a nose, and he arrived. Ah, bagpipery! Ziggy doing his work. And now you can see cannons going in from way. There's a name. Neko Princess Unit. And one of those cannoneers is the extremely well-known and mass-murdering bastard that is Temmie. Yeah, that sniping sod with a cannonball. It gets everywhere. Now, it's possibly may have snuffed it. But of course, when it comes to cannoneering skill and German efficiency wrapped up in one package, you can't say better than Temmie.
Auf geht's, Kameraden!
Well, precisely. So, these guys making their way out. Look at this. Oh no, we lost him. Quick, get back in there. Get back in. Oh, opportunity missed. That was some fine bagpipery coming in. And you got to watch out for the foal and the fick, and the drink, and the women, and the fick, and the feck. Now here you can see the third PRK, or PYRK. Oh no, the third RYIK. So I just got the third, it's just generally easier. They're fine hats, and braiding, and waiting for an opportunity to pounce upon their target. Yeah, that's the point. How are the pings today? Oh wow, my ping's at 59. That's really high for me. It's a bit high. I'm not sure I'll be able to commentate. I'm going to get a lot of lag, have a few problems and stuff like that. I mean, the 59 ping, almost unplayable. We hear Fife Edge. And the cavalry wait. Checking through his spyglass. Patriot, the lieutenant. He has a plan. What is he going to do? He's going to wander off and do other things. Anyway, we are going to do the same thing as we scour the landscape, looking for people. Looking for vulnerable souls who need a good seeing to. So basically, it's High Lords, you know, Friday night pretty much most times. But anyway, that aside, skipping over things like the social life of High Lord, when he's, you know, when somebody pays his parole, or pays his bond, I think is the term. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Priobraz being murdered horribly, and bagpipery being prevented. Down goes Ziggy, murdered. And here is Jammu. Now defending against the Priobraz attack, he's going for a drummer. It's an easy kill. And it was for poor Yusef. And the Priobraz guys are falling left, right and centre as the reinforcements of the 77Y come in the form of the KP third. Look at these guys. Wonderful stuff going on, and murdering continuing as these guys defending themselves. There's Kasari. Whoa, Nelly. And Sharky murdered by High Lord. There's Sharky. Good job, Sharky. And even better job, High Lord. There's Bradders 7. There's a name we haven't seen for a while as well. So the usual team killing that occurs on the 77Y, it wouldn't be part of the 77Y artillery section unless there was some kind of silly mass murdering going on, and team killing, and of course the building of Fort Derp. Here from the 162nd SS Mujahid, or Mujahid, or Mujahid. There we go. We got there in the end. Anyway, out there in the field, the 3rd are taking some fire. Let's see if we can lock in to see where they are. Whoa! That was good timing. Thank you for that. A nice shot from High Lord. Very nice shot indeed, sir. Taking down, including the commanding officer of those poor fellows. The commentator's curse doing it again. What can I say? And over here, there's Mujah trying to defend himself from 2 members of the 4th IB, but he's got support in the form of Nomad, and Nomad going in with a lovely kill onto Squeak. And waiting for an opportunity. Wow, great stab into poor Bradders. Look at this. Until finally, Lieutenant Colonel Jake of the 4th IB falls in battle. And there's a side swap. And we move on to the next round. We'll be right back. And so, we are over by the Austrian spawn. And there, of course, catching a lift that has become a staple part of Napoleonic Wars. The Governator from the 77Y. And we're going in for another reset. And there, of course, the team killing that usually occurs in between every round. Yeah, it's pretty much the norm with Napoleonic Wars. Bunch of team killing hoe bags, a lot of them. Yeah, kind of used to it. So, here we go. The cannons being moved up and ready to be limbered. And there we go. Couple of... Oh, he stuck his head in the horse's bum. Oh, nothing surprising there. And 2 cannons making their way over. Oh, dear. Never fails to amuse me every time I see it. Even though I've seen it so many times. But never mind. Here, of course, the 18th. Look at these fine riflemen. So the 18E doing the skirmishers role. And fine fifing occurring in the background. And up here, there's Slavic. And this time the High Lord is engineering. Obviously wasn't happy with the engineering work done previously and has decided to take over. And so there we go. See, that's the kind of hump that we're looking for. And don't take that the wrong way, please. You never know with High Lord. And there's Marge from the 162nd SS. So, we'll leave those guys to do that. There's Mussolini. And Slavic is still defending. And you can see here the skirmishers. Well, Henker is also in from the 77Y. Building defences. And who's that fifer? Oh, look at that. Ziggy in with a new name. He's no longer the bagpipe leader. He is now the fifer leader. Excellent. I wonder if he's also got a name called drum leader. That would be kind of cool. In which case, much love goes out to Ziggy for his fifage. So, Kofod of the 18E. The skirmishers moving out. And you can see up here, John Price of the 18E with a fine beard. Followed in by Bull Tati or Bull Tetty with a fine face as well. Look at that. Face like a smacked ass. And the cavalry, and down goes 2 members of the cannon team. And there's an inevitable team kill. And you'd see now they've lost a few riflemen. But they're getting aggressive. Who's this? Huntard. Currently with his face in the bush. Yeah, make it that whatever you will. However, we shall move on as there we go. The tradition is kept. Captain Gamer dies very quickly and shot, ironically enough, by Landsmack. So, good to see. And there, of course, is the cannon taking down multiple members of the 77Y, and it's actually hit and blast on the other end of the cannon. So this is hot 77Y artillery on artillery action. And so, always good to see the two artillery teams facing off against each other. The Governator and Bradder's in there as well, and obviously High Lord is the engineer. See, look, what did I tell you? Fort Derp is being built as we speak. There's something wrong with these people. As now you can see here, the 4th Infantry Brigade just lost their commanding officer, and they lost their lieutenant. Curry Muncher takes him down. It must be the cavalry. As Sharky is getting close to those defences, and here you can see home assist from Priobraz.
Come on, you bastards!
Following up with the rest of the lads. You can see these fine combinations of standard line along with the Brits. The Scottish. Look at this. Home assist from Priobraz. And Shaker also from Priobraz. Fine combination of music, and fleeing in the opposite direction. It looks like German Legion. From the 1st EB, a bit of horse assassination occurring, which is a shame as he could have got a new horse, as the Priobraz lose 2 to a cannonball. As Gubert and multiple members of the Priobraz now under massive attack. And it looks like they could have lost a lot of their number. Yeah, the Priobraz in problems now, having trouble. And this gentleman wisely taking cover behind a tree. Moerto Unt. Fifing still continues. Vladus Rek, the recruit of Priobraz, nonchalantly and bravely continuing his fifing, showing the enemy that they will not bow. Whoa! The 1st EB losing people to cannons. Look at that. More 77Y. Those buggers. Jumbo Wackles. Good God, sir. What a wonderful name. And there's Boobsell. And the 1st EB moving up. And there, of course, the most accurate pistol in the history of the universe. There's Barely Human. And marched and charged to the floor, I should say, by Clippity Clop. Clippity Clop came in to try and do him damage. Oh, no. That definitely looked like officer aiming. Orifice aiming had occurred over here. Never mind. So, the cavalry doing a number on the remaining members of the British forces, as you can see here. Priobraz being wiped out. And look at this, the fighting continuing. With Nollmeister from the 1st EB doing a great job of defending himself from 3 men. But sadly, could not hold them off forever. And now, let's see numbers. 4 versus 32. Oh, God. Yeah, the Brits have a little bit of a bad day, and it's got a lot worse for him. And here in the centre, down goes a sailor. Yes, unusual, I'm sure you hear you cry. So, 2. I'm hearing a fife. We follow the fight. Aha! Here they are. Vladus of Priobraz and Semon of Priobraz. Look at this brave fifing coming in here from Vladus. Defiantly fifing to the end. As down goes poor old Semon. Look at this. He's fifing to the end. Yes, he's fighting. Fantastic. Nice stab going in. And a kill onto Pat Cantar. Until finally murdered mid-fife. And we're on to a map change, boys and girls. We'll be right back. And here we are, after a map change. Yes, it's a desert... Oh, bloody hell. It's a deserty map. And here we are by the spawn of the British. Here's where they're all spouted out. Look at this. Getting themselves sorted. Getting themselves sorted out into their various regiments. Getting the cavalry moved out to one side. Neko Princess und. And there we go. And down, there we go. The team killing. Yep, they're... This is pretty much the norm for Napoleonic Wars. As soon as they find out that the round isn't live, it's essentially a mass team killing session. And a nice start there by Shrell. Oh dear. And a quick reset for the skirms because of this poor one-legged fellow. He got his leg chopped off. And there you go, you can see now the team killing. Because sometimes it's hard to stop. Once you've popped, you can't stop. So, somebody wants a reset for Scotland. Not going to get one. As here, the first EBs sort themselves out into their various locations. The quick one. Fine moustache. There's Mr. Fork. There's Sinkmaster. There's Aikino. There's the Fifer. There he is. Vladus doing his duty. Good to see. So, the skirmishers now moving up onto the hill. Gonna be watching to see what happens. And oh dear, while he was configuring the server, poor old High Lord gets killed. Oh dear. It's still live. Poor old High Lord gets to sit it out and watch. Oh dear, poor High Lord. Oh, look at this. There's a man atop a rock. It's Louise Le Waterboy. Or Lewis Le Waterboy. And there is Fortune Zero doing some digging. And Midgarder doing some firing. And Egmont and Unknown looking in the wrong direction. So who's this? There's White Knight. There he is. Look at that fine nozzle on that gentleman. It's Timmy. Let's watch him as he lines up. Away goes the cannon. And bounces near the enemy. As we fly across the sand. Trying to stop the sand getting our underwear, obviously. That can't be an easy battle. The heat. The unpleasantness, the bullets, the sweating. You know there's a serious amount of chafing going on in this battle. And, you know, and you're being shot at as well. I mean, it's not exactly what you would call a good life right now. Especially if you're going to pivot around on your knee. I'm just serious chafing. So, down here amongst all the smoke. Fusilifery style. And also you can see Grenadiers Slavic. And who's this man practicing? It's Ziggy. He's without his fife. He's got a lighting wand. Holy crap, down goes Eggy. And now let's see if we can find out what's going on. As here are the members of the 3rd in KP. Practicing their sword swings. There is Curry Muncher. And down goes multiple members of the 2nd. Killed by White Knight. A fine shot by White Knight. And Mr. Fork gets forked. As down goes John Price. Wow. Thomas. Good stuff indeed. And High Lord saying thank you for the man that murdered him. Yeah, what can we say? Tad unfortunate as the 77Y continue to move out. The skirmishers keeping their spread formation, supported by some line from the 1st EB. There's Lochnar. You can see these guys keeping their positions. And there's the norm. Never mind. Wouldn't be the 77Y or Napoleonic Wars without team kills. Ziggy's getting aggressive. Okay, I know I complained about the size of the bump, but that's a little bit on the extreme side. That's not so much a large bump as it is a small mountain. But to say, it's definitely doing its job. But it's also to protect them from any... Oh, dear me. So maybe it's not so much a protection for the... Okay, so it's not a protection for Bradders, as he's just taken a cannonball which seems to have come through the earth here. So I thought it might have been a burial plot for this poor fellow. But apparently not. So, and they're having engineering battles. One guy's digging it up and one guy's digging it back down again. And down. Oh dear, goes Dano. Fusing it. Look at this. This is so completely ridiculous. And this is why I love Napoleonic Wars. They're so completely daft. Who are these two numpties? It's Curry Muncher from the 18th and Captain Pluto. Down goes Curry Muncher. Finally, the insurrection has been crushed. Look at that. Down goes Lance Mac. The late departed Lance. There he is. Look at him. Never mind. As the guys who are firing upon him are here. Mercenary Dragon Fury or Dragon Fury. And you can see now Hit and Blast taken down by Dragon. As the members of the line from the Priobraz are attacking the artillery. And lovely fire going in from the Priobraz. Taking down multiple members of the enemy forces. As also skirmishers move in to finish off the job. Down goes Henkin. Or Henklin. And running for it now is Ziggy and Fduf, or Medis. He's one of the good guys, I guess. And there's Mussolini with his rifle butt ready. And is he going to clean out their ears with the old cotton bud? All charge. Now's the time. I don't think they're supposed to charge away from them. I think they're actually supposed to charge towards the enemy. But these guys are essentially running away. Ziggy isn't charging. Yes, that's kind of the point. Well, let's just say he's just charging in a different direction. But he's looking for reinforcements. So, Ziggy is charging their artillery. And he turns and fights. That's not Ziggy, it's Mussolini. Goes in with the rifle butt. There's a little bit of butt action going on now for Mussolini. And fine butt action occurring. Forcing the odd team kill. Look at that. Fantastic stuff. That's exactly what he's after. As now you can see them spreading out. And down finally goes Mussolini. Killed by Shrell of Priobraz. And we visit Artillery Fort Derp. With what remains of the forces. 6 remaining members of the Austrians. And where have those nasty ostriches flown off to? They're over here somewhere. Definitely around here. There's Grenadier Sadman. And Barely Human. Now, what is going on? Where are, I should say, Aha. We find some British. And we find yet more. Look at this fine saber work going in. Those long-reaching sabers. Nasty, nasty things. They can get in there before you get close to that rifle. But not in the case of Jargo, who gets taken down by Spooky with a nice spin. As Fam gets taken down. Drax also, Sniper V as well. Oh, the melee skills of the 77Y coming to the fore here. As a member of the 77Y. Look at this. Oh, wow. And only Spooky died right till the end. And there you have it. We're on to the final round, ladies and gentlemen. John Price leading forward the 18th. And look at this. Our old friend, staple of many Napoleonic Wars casts. The two-dimensional bird. Hello. Anyway, we leave two-dimensional bird. And game. There we go. There's the tradition. Oh dear. Poor gamer. Started well. Oh dear. Let's see. It's not these guys. They'll be in as the Baker Rifleman. See if we can get a hanging on them. Whoa, there we go. A gamer temporarily banning Spooky. Oh dear. And down goes Lands Mac as well, intercepting the cannonball. Oh, there we go. A little. There we go. The insurrection in the ranks has now been dealt with. And here's the quick one. Mr. Soda, Mr. Fork, Drax, and Sinkmaster leading the skirmishers forward. At the back, Mr. Soda. So, let's see what happens. Odin's bushy beard. Checking through his spyglass as unknown. And Ronan. Temerek takes down Ronan. And unknown is taken down by Hit and Blast. As here we look at the first. As these guys making their way over, looking for the enemy. Obviously, make use of those rocks for a little bit of cover. But may not offer them a lot. As Cannonball was going in. So Webermaster and Sinkmaster taken down from the poor skirmishers. They're having a rough time of it right now. See if we can find out where they're going on. Here we go, Egmont. Doing some digging for victory. And Lewis the Water Boy. Who's he having a fight with? It's Cookie. Trouble in the ranks. There we go. Cookie's just assassinated Lewis. And so Temerek and Egmont continue to try and defend their position. Here is a Keno, captain of the Priobraz. Let's see that cannonball bounce over the top. Exploding shrapnel bouncing all over the place. Lots of murderization can occur courtesy of those kind of shrapnel bits. However, Thomas remains alive. Which is good for Thomas. Oh, Cookie. You silly bugger. Oh, dear. Completely ridiculous. Which probably means this video will now get blocked in Germany because it's illegal to show the swastika. Which is why if you look at games that have, based on World War II, like for example, what was it called? Silent Hunter 3, when you got to sink the Bismarck, they didn't actually have the swastika on the front of the Bismarck. It was just a blank circle. Because otherwise they would not have been able to sell the game in Germany. And the murderization. There we go. It's all gone horribly wrong. And here we go for a little bit of lance work and team killing, which is pretty much the norm. And down goes the server. What a way to end it. Yep. That has been a 77Y line battle. Good to see nothing changes. We'll see you next time.